Hi, I'm Aigner Picou, a program director at the Learning Agency Lab. The lab is an independent nonprofit and incubator focused on developing science of learning-based tools and programs for social good. At the lab, many of our projects are centered on learning engineering. We aim to use data and technology to improve learning for all students. We are currently leading an effort to improve the quality of machine-generated feedback on student writing. Named the Feedback Prize, we plan to launch a series of machine learning competitions to spur the development of open source algorithms that help English language learners and struggling students dramatically improve their writing. Writing is a critical skill for success in college and career, but few students graduate high school as proficient writers. There's been an increased emphasis on student writing across the curriculum and in assessment. However, the National Assessment of Educational Progress reports that less than a third of high school seniors are proficient writers. Students often do not get enough writing practice due to reasons ranging from curriculum priorities to the vast amount of time required of teachers to give feedback to students. I saw this firsthand in my previous position at a college access program for high school students. Many of the students I worked with had never written a full-length essay for school. One way to help students improve their writing is to give them more opportunities to write and receive feedback on their writing. However, providing students with more opportunities to write isn't as simple as it seems. Based on a survey we ran last year, more than 70% of educators are already overwhelmed with grading, providing feedback, and other administrative tasks. And educators in low-income schools are almost 20% more likely than teachers in other schools to report being overwhelmed by routine duties like grading essays, according to the National Center for Educational Statistics. Our approach to solving this issue is the use of automated writing evaluation tools, which can evaluate student writing and provide feedback independently. There are several tools like this that are currently on the market. Here's an example of the kind of formative feedback that Turnitin's revision assistant provides to students on their writing. As you can see, this program provides feedback on all different elements of the essay, like clarity and idea development in real time. Research suggests that assisted writing feedback tools can be quite valuable. Student achievement in districts that use Revision Assistant has dramatically outperformed state averages. Another study found that PEG, a different writing feedback tool, can drive down the amount of time that teachers spend on feedback by more than half. To give more context on how these tools work, they leverage natural language processing, or NLP, and machine learning. NLP is a form of artificial intelligence which uses computer-based methods to analyze language in text and speech. Machine learning is a form of AI where you give machines access to data and let them use that data for themselves. If you're familiar with Alexa or automated chatbots, these tools essentially use systems of algorithms designed to analyze human language and respond. You can think of algorithms as a set of instructions that a machine follows to perform a specific task. A great example of a commonly used algorithm is spell check. Spell check is ubiquitous on word processing programs. You type words into a document, an algorithm scans the text, and compares each word against an internal dictionary. Any words that don't match are flagged for you, usually with a little squiggly red line. Our team wants to leverage these kinds of technologies to improve the quality of machine-generated feedback on student writing. We launched the Feedback Prize to develop algorithms that can be optimized to help support teachers in providing feedback to their students and provide students with more opportunities to write independently. The main reason being, while there are a number of tools on the market, they are not without their problems. Foremost is the basic notion that they're proprietary. So the algorithms that drive the feedback and the effectiveness of that feedback are not available for examination. Teachers have noticed that many of these tools are expensive and therefore inaccessible. Additionally, many of these tools show bias towards specific subgroups. For example, Educational Testing Service found that Black students were more likely to receive below average scores when evaluated on their automated system. To address this, the datasets and algorithms produced from the feedback prize will be open source and available for use by researchers and educators alike. In addition to producing algorithms, you want to encourage more research and analysis on student writing in general. There are a number of components to the feedback prize. When we launched, we conducted a number of lines of research on assisted writing tools to better understand how these tools are used in practice and identify the needs of educators. This included interviewing and surveying hundreds of teachers and running a market analysis to identify how the feedback prize could support teachers with teaching writing and ultimately lead to better student outcomes. We use this data to ensure that the feedback prize will respond directly to the end users of these tools. In preparation for the machine learning competitions, our team collected over 500,000 student essays. We have two areas of focus. The first is argumentative writing, and the second is writing from English language learners, or ELLs. From the essays collected, we developed two unique corpus: the persuasive essays for rating, selecting, and understanding argumentative and discourse elements, or the persuade corpus, and the ELL insight, proficiency, and skills evaluation, or ellipse corpus. Both datasets include demographic information on the students, which will allow us to run bias analyses. The persuade corpus is posed to be the largest annotated dataset on student writing as far as we know. Our technical lead, Scott Crossley at Georgia State University, developed two rubrics for these datasets. One focused on identifying and evaluating discourse elements found in argumentative writing, like position, claim, counterclaim. The other is focused on evaluating English language proficiency in writing and evaluates writing elements like cohesion, syntax, vocabulary, etc. We chose specifically to focus on argumentative writing and English proficiency because there are specific hallmarks in both types of writing that make them good test cases for machine-generated learning. Analyzing other types of writing, like creative writing or poetry, would be difficult for machines because machines can't understand context, they recognize patterns. These essays will be annotated at a sentence level by humans. Here's an example of what the annotation process looks like. This is an essay that I annotated when testing our rubric. Here, pink represents what I identified as the claim, and red indicates the evidence that the student provided to support their claim. In the machine learning competitions, data sets will be provided with a large set of essays that have been annotated just like this. Their job will be to develop an algorithm that can identify these elements as well as the human raters. The annotated data sets will serve as the basis for the machine learning competitions. A similar competition was run in 2012 called the Automated Student Assessment Prize, which focused on automated essay scoring. It drew over 200 participants from different fields all over the world. We're excited about the pending impact of these robust open data sets and competitions. While we have not yet released the data sets, we are already speaking with researchers who want to run new analyses that have not been possible because of the lack of data. We expect these data sets to serve as benchmarks for the field and inspire more research. Once the algorithms are produced, we plan to work with existing digital learning platforms to help them incorporate the algorithms into their platform. By working with these platforms, we can position these tools to support thousands of educators and students. These tools can be used to help identify student strengths and areas for growth, ultimately saving time by helping teachers to narrow the focus of their instruction to topics where students are struggling. Of course, these tools won't and shouldn't ever replace teachers, but they can allow teachers to focus their time by providing ongoing data on student writing. This data could also be aggregated for usage by school administrators or district level staff to evaluate writing programs and aid in the development of more data-driven instruction. We hope that the feedback prize will draw a large range of interest from a diverse group of technologists. Because these algorithms will be widely available, we expect that they will continue to be enhanced and improved. As AI gets better, so will future algorithms and tools. Thank you for taking the time to hear more about the feedback prize. If you're interested in this project or have any questions, please feel free to reach out via email, anya@the-learning. If you're interested in this project or have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me via email, anya@the-learning-agency.com. Thank you.